Well, I teased this fragrance to you guys recently when I reviewed Sunset Hour by Goldfield and Banks, and I also teased this fragrance in a video of future launching fragrances because I really think it's a great release from the house of Goldfield and Banks. This is the latest release from Goldfield and Banks called Purple Suede. I'm going to let you know all about this particular fragrance. It is currently only selling at Lucky Scent for the next 30 days. That's the only place you can get it from. But find out all about Purple Suede from Goldfield and Banks coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, today we're talking about Goldfield and Banks' latest fragrance, Purple Suede. It's a 2022 launch, and I'm really satisfied with it. I was teasing you guys about this particular fragrance because I think it's going to satisfy a lot of people. Not only does it smell really great, it's a great smelling leather fragrance. Leather with aromatic, so I'd call this an aromatic leather because there's loads of aromatics here, most prominently lavender, and I think it's called Purple Suede because, you know, you've got that kind of purplish looking color of lavender, but it's definitely more suede type of leather rather than like your more rough leather, because this is very buttery and smooth and very cozy, and one that I'm really satisfied with. The other great satisfactory thing about this particular fragrance is its performance, and I'm going to get to all of that as well. But it's, as I said, it's currently selling at Lucky Scent, and I have a link in the info box. You can go check it out over there. But before I get to the full review, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Just so you know, if you make a purchase of a 50 ml bottle at Lucky Scent, you get a free 10 ml like these of any of these Goldfield and Banks fragrances. So I think it's great promotion to pick up the Purple Suede, the latest exclusive to Lucky Scent fragrance, and then get a, you know, something that you can travel with, portable 10 ml. And as I said, I have the link to Lucky Scent below. You can go find out all about it. So Purple Suede is a 2022 launch. It's created by ILIAS ERMENIDIS. It's a leather fragrance, as I said, or I would call it an aromatic leather. But even though it's leather, you can smell the leather here. It's definitely buttery. It's very smooth, and it's cozy. Whereas I always talk about syrupy, this one's not syrupy, but very smooth, and definitely the experience of butter comes to mind because you can experience the texture of the butter when you're wearing it. It's really cozy in that way. But the fragrance, of course, is broken down into top notes, heart notes, and base notes. But according to Goldfield and Banks, it's broken down into a sunrise notes section, which is spicy and fruity. Then you've got summit portion of the fragrance, which is the heart, and this part of the fragrance is aromatic and floral. And then finally sunset, which is basically the base notes, where it becomes leathery and ambery. But for top notes, we have raspberry, pink pepper, coriander, and cardamom. Heart notes features lavender, rose essence, and hyssop. Finally, in the base notes, we've got patchouli, woodleather, amber extreme, and civet. Civet sometimes scares me if it's done too much. Here, it's the perfect amount. It comes in just the right amount I want. It doesn't get overly animalic, but sometimes you need this to kind of get that like leathery experience. But here, as I was saying, this is a very buttery leather experience. Suede leather comes to mind. I can actually feel it when I wear this particular fragrance, and I'm getting that whole texture of the butteriness. But for me, this starts off fruity. Yes, they credit the fruits, the spicy and fruity top. Yes, you experience the raspberry, and I think it's a pretty strong raspberry note. It doesn't last too long on me. You've got a lot of cardamom here. This is also very prominent with the raspberry note. A little bit of coriander. The coriander I felt like was not overwhelming here for me, and the cardamom and the raspberry were pretty much running the show up top. Of course, everybody experiences fragrances differently. You might experience the cardamom, you might experience the coriander more than I did, but for me it was mostly about the raspberry and the cardamom. In the base notes, you're experiencing lavender. Here, this is kind of the section of the fragrance I call the south of France. I mean, I'm getting a lot of aromatics here. Not only we've got the lavender, we've got the hyssop, and I feel like when you walk around the markets in the south of France, you're, you know, getting those whiffs of all those herbs. You've got not only the lavender here, you've got the hyssop, which is kind of have a minty kind of herbal touch to it. You also got the rose, and there's loads of rose in the south of France as well. So I call this section of this fragrance the south of France, and that's the experience I got with all of these great aromatic and floral touches with those those notes. I picked up more lavender. This is more about the lavender, but there is definitely a rosiness here and a little bit of this kind of Hyssop mintiness that here as well. And of course, as I was saying, this is very, very aromatic section, and because of these three notes, I am reminded of the south of France, walking through the little markets of foods and herbs and spices and things like that. But as I was saying also, this is a leather fragrance in the end. It's definitely the prominent note here. You definitely experience it quite a bit. In fact, I'm starting to pick up leather in the heart notes, lots of the leather here. And of course, this is a very, very soft and smooth, buttery leather. No roughness here whatsoever, and that's why I feel like it makes it very, very cozy. You definitely experience that texture of the butter when you do this with your hands. I feel like I'm wearing that kind of buttery texture here. Along with the leatheriness here, we have loads of ambery touches as well. Definitely becomes ambery leather experience, and some earthiness from that patchouli. And as I was saying, the civet is not so strong. It's just the right amount. You experience it like very, very minutely. It comes in, but it's just to accentuate the fragrance and not overwhelm. It's not an animalic fragrance to me. I can totally wear it, and I can totally enjoy this particular fragrance. Now, last fragrance that Goldfield and Banks launched was definitely feminine leaning. This particular fragrance, even though once again it's unisex, I feel like does lean masculine, and I think it's going to satisfy. If you like fragrances like Tuscan leather, ombre leather, or any kind of similar leather fragrances like Godolphin from Parfums de Marly and things like that, you're probably going to really, really like this. I like this whole touch of the aromatics here, and that whole reminder of the south of France with the herbs and the roses and things like that. So that was kind of a breath of fresh air. And the fact that it was also very, very cozy for me, I like that about it, because I can grab it and wear it. Sometimes I want to just relax and I want a change of pace rather than wearing something vanilla, which is always cozy. I'll take a leather that kind of acts like this kind of smooth, buttery coziness. The other thing I want to say about this particular fragrance, just like Sunset Hour, it has great projection. It's got a big cloud, so that's what I like about this one, because in the end it's a leather fragrance, a leather suede fragrance, and you want these kind of fragrances to be big and bad, and that's what it is. It's exactly that. So I'm really, really digging this particular fragrance. As I said, if you like leather fragrances, you're definitely going to enjoy this one, and I like that whole lavendery kind of aromatic herbal change up here with this particular fragrance with the lavender and the rose. A great smelling fragrance. I hope you guys go check it out. As I said, I do have a link in the info box to Lucky Scent. Click the link and go there and find out. And of course, there are these 10 mLs you can also pick up along for free, along with a 50 ml purchase of any of the bottles of Goldfield and Banks. But of course, go check out this one on Lucky Scent's website and let me know. Come back here and let me know once you test it out and see what you think about it. This is, as I said, also exclusive to Lucky Scent for the first 30 days. So that's the only place you can go buy it. And I do recommend this one. And I think this will come in handy come fall and winter. But for me, because of what's going on in the heart, I feel like this is going to be a perfect, appropriate wear in the fall. I like that whole dry herbal touch in the heart notes, and it does have a little bit of a reminder of autumn. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Purple Suede, currently selling at Lucky Scent exclusively. What do you guys think? Have you heard about it? I know I was trying to keep it under wraps for a while, and I hope you guys get to go see it, because I do recommend this one for a great smelling leather fragrance. But put a comment down if you sampled it already, or let me know what your thoughts are after watching this if you haven't sampled it. I would like to find out. Do you need another leather fragrance? Let me know. Put a comment down. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. Alright, I wanted to do something a little bit of a bonus here. I don't know if you guys caught my video where I did this layering combination of Sunset Hour along with Pacific Rock Moss. I highly, highly recommend this layering combination, layering duo. I like the whole fizzy, sparkly champagne cocktail experience with this Sunset Hour, and I like the whole beachy vibe with Pacific Rock Moss. And the two together gives you this kind of a fruity and also beachy combination of sparkling effervescence and kind of cozy, lightly coconutty, mossy beachiness. If you don't know this combination, do try it if you have both of the fragrances. I've been recommending it here and there, and pretty soon I'll have it in a video of various different fragrance layering duos or combos. But if you have the two, definitely try. I think they're great. You can do that layering combo on your travels as well. But this was kind of an accidental discovery. But you know what? When I was testing out Sunset Hour, I thought to myself, this is going to be really great with Pacific Rock Moss. And sure enough, it does smell great. It's giving your beachy fragrance a little bit more of a fruitiness. And also, whereas Pacific Rock Moss is a little subdued and Sunset Hour has got lots of projection, the two together balance each other out and smell really, really great. Try these layering duo. I think you're going to be satisfied, and that's about all I have for you today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.